I'm a sixth-generation New Zealander, and my family all ended up in New Zealand from either Scotland or England. And I came to the Bay Area to work at Stanford Research Institute, and that was my first job in the United States. My father was a mining engineer, so he was in South Africa working at the time I went to university. So I studied chemical engineering, and I have a master's degree in that. And then after, I couldn't get a job in South Africa, so I went to England, and I thought I'd study medical engineering, but I found that was hard to do since I didn't have any money. So I got a job, and England, as I say, in those days was, I had the wrong accent, I was a woman. I got a job, but it didn't take me anywhere. It was with British Oxygen. So it just seemed to me that I needed to move on, and that was the whole American experience. It just seemed like if I could get a job here, I could really do well. Where I was in England and where I've been in South Africa, you have to remember back in my generation, it wasn't just difficulty for minorities, it was difficult for women to get taken seriously. And what I liked about the Bay Area was it was very open, and nobody cared where I'd been to school, what my accent was. They cared about if I was willing to work. They cared about, did I have education? But it seemed to me that if you were prepared to put in the effort, there was no limit. That was what I liked. I never looked back. I think I always said to myself, if the worst happens, I'll go back to where I was. So I felt like I'll try this, and if it doesn't work, I'll go back to where I was. So I would try, and if it worked, I would look around and I'd see, well, where shall I go next? And America was great like that. It was nobody, as long as I was prepared to work and do everything that I said I was going to do, then nobody stopped me. Nobody said, you can't do that because you're a woman, you can't do that because women don't do these sort of things. So it was very liberating. What could other people do? I think if other people did that, you've got to be prepared that it's not easy. You've got to be prepared that, you're not going to jump into, it's not like doing a social media company where you're a billionaire overnight. I mean, I shared accommodation. I sort of, had to really sort of scuttle for my rent, but things worked out. You've just got to keep moving forward.